Hi, I am the Four Corners chicken farmer. So I wanted to do a short little video and tell you guys, give you a little insight on how I started all this stuff. So I was born and raised in a big city, and my husband moved to the Four Corners area, and later I followed him after I graduated from the university. So we came out here. It is very rural and country, in certain areas anyway. But I told him, I said, I want horses, cows, and chickens. And we lived in the house in what we would call the city out here because there's, it's not very, it's still small. It's about 47,000 people, but it's still considered a city apparently. So we lived there for a while. Of course, we couldn't have any of that. We didn't have a place big enough. And then we bought a house, so where I have little under an acre. So after being here for almost a year, I decided I'm going to have chickens. And so a friend of ours was out of work, and I asked him if he could build a chicken coop for us, and we would pay him for it, which he did. And so before he built the chicken coop, back up a little bit. So before he built the chicken coop, my mother and I decided that we were going to go look at chickens, baby chickens, in a small town, another little town out here. So we went and looked, and we talked about, having maybe 8 to 10 chickens. And so we get there, and they are just so cute, and I just can't resist. And neither could my mom, apparently. So we ended up getting 15 baby chickens. Now, we did not do the pullets. The pullets, which are chickens they pulled out, saying that they are hens. So we did not get those. We got what's called straight run, or hatcher's choice. So, which means they just kind of put these chickens all together, and you get what you get. So I got some and had to buy a rabbit cage to put them in, and got some little dust flake or wood flakes so they kind of help absorb their poopies, and the feeder and feed the whole 9 yards. And so we ended up with 15 chickens. So they started getting a little older. If you saw my previous video, that was when they were about 4 months. So I'm kind of doing this a little backwards, but so finally we got the chicken coop done, and the chickens were in our living room, which made the house kind of smell. So if you've never had chickens, they do smell. And so I moved them out to one of our storage sheds, and then once they got a little older and they were okay to be out there, and we got our chicken coop here. So the chicken coop, it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but in all honesty, it's functional. And so I'm happy for that. It cost me probably about $800 to $900 to have this person build it. He did a wonderful job. Again, like I said, it just wasn't exactly what I wanted, but it works. It's fun. It has a function. So let me kind of show you. Here's the chicken coop. And so this chicken coop is basically 8 foot by 6 foot by 8 foot. And so a little peek inside. I have 5 little cutout areas. They're not separated, which is what I need to have done so they will, lay their eggs in there. They have good, spot. You see all the chicken poop up there. Spot down here for their food and their water. And there's a little mama. Hi, mama. So, so we finally got this to our house, and a coworker of mine was looking. He's like, "Well, you got a lot of roosters there." I'm like, "Oh, great." So I'll have to save that story for later. But anyway, so this is my introduction. I started out with 15 chickens. I now have 10 because I gave some away. But I'll save the story for another day. So you'll have to come back and watch my story when I post it. So here's the little chickies. and they're gonna go night-night here in about an hour. And here's my rooster. I have to keep turning my phone around because it will not let me flip around once I've got this started. So that guy right there is, I call him Big Daddy. He's my rooster. And he certainly lets everybody know it. So anyway, so that's the introduction. So welcome to the Four Corners Chicken Farmer YouTube channel. And my goal is, you know, maybe help someone who is another first time having chickens to kind of maybe not make the same mistakes that I have, but also to give a couple laughs, because I've been completely an airhead about it all. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy, and you know, always give me a shout out. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer it. I have a wonderful coworker who has really given me a lot of support and help in my chickens. So give me a shout out. Let me know if you have any questions. I will do my best to answer them and get you a correct answer. And keep posted for more videos. Good night.